All right, welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is June 17th. It is Sunday, and I am on a couch, comfortable as hell, and watching people play Fortnite. As we're about to break down these charts so that one of you lucky people can make some money this week, even though it's not really lucky. It's like going to a casino and counting cards legally, if you know this shit the right way. So, not going to be going into crazy detail. I just want to get it's a trap day, so most of you guys know we don't really trade trap days. Why? Because the market maker is going to want to push price in the wrong direction to induce you to take a trade and then hit your emotions, make you go crazy, and then hit your stop loss and make you want to jump off the Empire State Building. So we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you guys the outline of what to expect for the week. And then tomorrow we'll go into detail of what to expect for the day. All right, so let's get to it. Go over these 10 pairs. Let me clean this up. I don't know how to do this. All right, so last week, I had this for a potential buy for because of the daily sauce. But what had happened, FOMC news came out. All the pairs that we wanted to move last week ended up moving. I did say last week that I wanted EU to drop, or not last week, the week prior, but it was consolidating too much and ended up shooting up, and everybody caught that rise. But this was the pattern that we've been ultimately waiting for. So two things could happen, right? And I'll show you guys a little bit. Two things can happen. It dropped down last week, finished here, so it's going to consolidate here. Then eventually we're going to see that rise up to that support resistance zone to form another pattern, because if you guys actually see over here, this spot, that's a head and shoulders. So you got the left shoulder here, you got the head here, and then you have the right shoulder there. So this left shoulder of the head and shoulders, soon to be, of this right shoulder actually will be another pattern similar to this. Either head and shoulders or it's going to be an M. So that's if it decides to shoot up. Now, what I was looking at on the weekly, we're going to get to see some crazy shit, because the weekly, it closed like this. It's below the stationary 50. It doesn't look like it's coming back in. And why I'm saying that there's two things we could possibly see is that based on this weekly, guys, this thing looks like it's going to drop. Like straight up. On the weekly, it does. So this is why I want you guys to hold off on this pair for now. Because this pair could actually decide to shoot up this week. Maybe go towards that water. I don't know, but it's still too early on. We're going to have to see what happens here. There is no divergence. You know, I do like see the W forming, but there's still nothing here strong enough for me to be like, yep, 100%, it's going to be rising, guys. That's it. That's it. There's nothing here. Like on that weekly, it kind of made me think. So it's either going to shoot down and then pull back and continue, because there technically isn't a trend here, or it's going to shoot up. And if it does shoot up, it will shoot up to this resistance zone and drop. So now it just comes down to being patient. If you enter too early on the buy, it may drop. If you enter too early in the sell, it may rise. So just wait for it to make a move, and then we can kind of go from there. You, Chief. Still shooting up. I do believe it's actually going to retest that high, just like EU is doing. Let's look at this weekly. I want to say it's sauce, but it's not sauce. Overall, guys, you're going to continue up in this direction. Weekly looks good. The daily looks good. 4 hours up, and it shot up actually last week. So we're going to be looking for this thing to consolidate, kind of like this, and then eventually just shoot up. Now, if it doesn't consolidate, the most we'll see is maybe pull back down like that and then rise up. So this would be like the false move week beginning, and then you got the reversal back up with the trend to the recent high for the guaranteed pips that day. All right. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Should be pretty simple. But this is also, again, a patience game, because this thing could, like, if it consolidates, and you're going to be entering off of the hour for the hit off of the water. All right. So that water should be right here. Okay. So we'll possibly consolidate here. Bump, 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 bump. Hit off the water. Like so. Like, oh, snap. And then skyrocket into blue. Profit city. So that's what we're gonna see. Let me delete these. All right, so that's you, Chief. Let's go to GU. Closed down last week, still out beneath the volatility band, underneath the stationary 50, outside of the volatility band. Daily still oversold, but that doesn't mean shit. It's not divergent, so this thing could keep dropping. 4 hour, it's not divergent. I'm going to say continue. Either it's going to drop down tonight or it's going to pull back up to here and then drop. So this could be the false move week beginning. You would enter off the hit of the water, and you could ride that thing all the way back down to the recent low. That's right there. Right. So that's ultimately what I see. Now it could drop down tonight and do that because I'm not really seeing anything crazy yet. But be careful. I definitely see this thing dropping though. Look at the hour. The hour's divergent. Barely. Yeah. I would just wait. Overall, I think it's actually going to just drop though. It could drop, not take out the low, and then reverse. Or drop, hit it, hit that Mayo, and then come back down. I'm saying that because like on these higher time frames, it doesn't look like it could pull back that whole lot. I think it's really just going to be a straight drop, just a complete straight drop. But we shall see. UJ. Pair that was my friend 2 weeks ago, but my enemy last week. Here we have the actual the trend line that we had drawn. Actually, it was pretty legit. It's actually not legit. You gotta be real here. So from here, you can do here. 1, 2. Just making sure it's hitting. Do here. About there. So this thing could either shoot up against this week and hit that line, the daily. Now I believe it's still going to shoot up, hit the trend line, and then work its way back down. It's in there. Look at the EMAs. The EMAs are extremely tight. There is no trend. Nothing here telling you like, oh, it's 100% a reversal. Well, we quickly learned last week that this wasn't a head and shoulders after it kept moving up. And the best way and the only explanation is because there is no trend and it can technically do whatever it wants. So when it comes time for this to be if it's in the middle like this and there is no trend, you literally have to go off of the hits off the trend lines. Because that's when the technicals really come into play, especially if you buy low, sell high. So in this case, it still has to shoot up a little bit more, hit that zone, so that you can sell high for it to drop back down with the overall trend line. So the weekly, for instance, here. You can do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Even though it got messed up here. I hate when it does that. Do this. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so if it shoots down, guys, you'll be seeing this happen. All the way up. Right. So it's just got to play out. But if it does shoot up to here, you will be looking for that sell down, guys, because there is no trend. And when there is no trend, you sell high, you buy low. It's fringing. So if you guys really want to look into this, you can also place your support resistance zones here, here, here. You can do anything. And just start finding the structure of it so that you know exactly, oh, if it hits up here, I could take profit down here. So if it does that, you can come up to the top, hit the trend line, hit the resistance, and drop over 300 pips. So that's the daily. You guys already know you can go higher. There's so many ways you can go about this. So that's what we're going to be looking for overall. AUD, closed down there all last week. That's fire. No divergence. This set the trend. Guys, it's going down to this next low. Here's the most recent low. Once it breaks this support, it's going down to this support. There's no stopping on the 4 hour, so we're going to be continuing this. If anything, you'll wait for a pullback. Maybe like something up to the water and then down again. But ideally, you want to stop hunt high to that water in the hour. Pattern, drop. Yeah. So wait for that pullback. It is divergent, as you can see. It's actually extremely oversold. And it's divergent as fuck. So you got like multiple indications to possibly even see this thing like just consolidate up, drop, reverse, break that water, and continue. Go back to it and go to the Mayo, then drop, or just hit off the water here and then drop. There's be multiple solutions. We just gotta wait and see what pattern shows. But overall drop. GJ. Still have this thing for a sell. Broke that massive trend line here in the daily. It came back and it literally consolidated on multiple trend lines last week. That's why it was all shitty. And on top of that, it was all FOMC, so like they consolidated. But y'all are going to be looking for the continuation down on GJ. Definitely going to be selling easily. That is no question. It's probably the sexiest pair right now. So GJ sell. You're selling GJ. That's all I gotta say. Euro AUD. Shooting up. Is that divergent? It is divergent. So look at this. It's about to be fringing. Buy low, sell high. Look up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been resisting, hence the drop, and now it's hitting another zone right now. It's hitting the water after it broke through it. Boom. Retested it, came down, broke here. Wicked off of it last week. The daily doesn't look. It could actually continue down. I think it will. It might actually go up a little bit more. Maybe into like that box zone that I have drawn out here. Maybe about like a little up here. But then eventually it will decide to shoot back down. Let me look to see on this 4 hour. Yeah, there's no trend on here. It's not divergent. I mean, it is overbought, but that was because of last week. EMAs are getting tight. This is going to be a tricky pair. Overall, I do expect this thing to drop. But before it does that, I think this thing is actually going to continue. So we're going to have to be really patient on this pair. Look at this. Just like goes up and down, up and down. This pair is getting ready to do some bullshit. So just be careful. EG. Oh, what happened last week? We had sell high, buy low. It's still within the range. So if this thing is still ranging, it's low, meaning buy low, right? If it comes down again, could possibly shoot up. Look at these EMAs. Look at it. It's been chilling. It's chilling like a motherfucker. They don't care. So wait for it to drop a little bit more. If it doesn't take out that low, you're buying it. GA. Continue up. It's still going. Look at that. got a low, a higher high, a lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Shot up. You're going to be looking for at least a retest. And that's on the weekly. So overall, you're going to be looking for buys. Look for the pullback on the hour down to the blueberry in the water. And you're looking for the next buying potential. So it'll be buy on GA. GA is going to be a buy, which definitely gives confirmation to AUD for a sell. This is the weekly. See, G Chief, I hate when it throws patterns like this because it ultimately tells me it's a flag. I think this thing's going to continue down, like I said last week, too. EMAs are really tight, but this isn't a channel. It dropped that hard, pull back, stays within it. If anything, you might be seeing like something maybe up here and then possibly shot down. But this is the 4 hour, so we got plenty of time on this. It's not overbought yet. Diverge on the hour. You could possibly see this thing for a sell, but honestly, it's not like crazy where they got 1-2 perfect hits in the exact same spot. It's crazy. We're gonna have to see how what this plays out to be. I don't really like this pair just because of where it's at, but we'll come back to this pair tomorrow. So just avoid this one. And then gold. Gold, the pair that a lot of people have been waiting for. Let me see what happens here. Supposed to have broken a trend line. You have one there. Look at that 1, 2, 3. And you have one here. Let's see if I can make this right. There you go. So we have 1, 2, 3. You guys saw here it broke this low. So look at it. It broke this support trend line. It's bouncing off the blueberry and the support trend line down here as well. We are going to have to wait and see what happens here. Because after a push down that low, we could be seeing a push back up for a little bit. Here's the retest right here. Oops. Right here. So if anything, possible pullback, drop again. If it doesn't take out this low again, you could be looking for a buy. But if it does take out the low, which, I mean, after a push like that, guys, if this thing drops past this support and breaks it, it's going to be dropping for a minute. It's going to be dropping for a minute. So just be patient on this pair. Wait to see what happens here. I think it's going to keep dropping, honestly. So just wait for it to pull back to that water and then drop that shit. And we'll grab these pips. The 15th. So that's what we got for today. Does anybody have any questions? It's a Sunday, so it's a trap day. I just wanted to give you guys like the layout of the week of what we're going to be potentially looking at. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure if there's any news. Is there any news this week? Oh, I don't know. I suggest we look at the news to see. I want to see if there's going to be anything because.
There is some news.
What?
There is some news.
Yeah, I got to see that on every single day though. Looking at it now. Not today. There's Euro. The Euro has red folder. And then my dad called me back. Tomorrow, the 19th is US Day. June 20th, there's a lot of news on AUD. Wow, on weird pairs. All of them, actually. AUD, Euro, JPY, and the US stuff. All the high speakers. That's crazy. Thursday, hella news, GBP news, hella GBP news, and CHF news. And then Friday, there is Canadian dollars are going to be fucking crazy. So if those are any of your pairs, if they don't move on certain days, that's why. So with that being said, that concludes today's chart analysis. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And as soon as it's done uploading, I'll put it up on YouTube. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Deuces. Later.